Alright, next turn. Look at this, we got a Kentaran battleship chasing our small group down there. Okay. Apparently they couldn't chase them very far. I got a couple more fighters over there. Let's see what they did. Our ships should run away since they're just capture ships. And this slow-ass battleship is surely not going to be able to catch up to them. With all its guns and all its shields and all its armor lugging it around. It's not going to be able to catch it. If that thing stand behind a war point, you might be able to take a lot of this out. Then it was apparently able to chase them for 3 tiles or so. Then a scouty drone died. Okay. The frigate wasn't faster, it was just at the war point, okay. So those quantum 3s make them pretty fast. Yeah, and it's getting a shot off with the engine killer. And then the point defense cans can kill it if nothing else. Alright. One new planet. Are we gonna make this rats? I don't think we need to make this many rats planets. Let's call this a research planet then. You're of course going to get an Atmo plan, a value improvement plan, because why not? And the rest is just going to be research. Just in case we do want to end up turning into a rats planet. And where was that planet with 102% rats value that we turned into a rats planet last time? Let's send a screenshot of these amounts here to my ally, and I don't think I need quite that many rats facilities. Not a crystal race or anything, so demand should be limited. Let's go check our colony list. It takes a while to load. 2%. We turned this into a mining colony. Interesting. Research compound. And you can't fit anything else anyway, so whatever. Okay, there was one new colony this turn. The second. You don't have anything that's 3 digits. It'll be a research compound. You are already methane breathing. Methane breathing alone. Oh yes, you're down here. Go build a space yard. Some sort of defense. And then research centers. Okay. Third new planet. Great organics and rats values. Farming and refining. But in reality, you're just going to have an Atmo plan and a value improvement plan. You're optimal. So I don't need to build the troops, and I'm just going to queue a ton of drones. Fourth planet is right next to it. Good organics values. I don't think we need to put anything on there, right? We had the 140% organics planets that we're going to rejiggle to actually have farms. Like this one. So you don't need to be an organics planet, you can be a research compound. Could also just be a resource planet. 80%, 80% of the others. You are methane and you have received the migration this turn. So for the Romulans go. Build a yard. You had already queued a spaceport and a resupply depot in the system. Then there's nothing stopping us from just putting 29 more research centers on here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth new planet. Oh, mining and refining. We're gonna need the mining more than the refining. And you are going to be oxygen anyway. Yes, just Romulans here. Didn't accidentally put methane breathers on this world. Space yard value improvement at no mod plant, but not in that order. Okay. And the last one can be a mine. Actually, it can be another value improvement plant. You are going to be very much unpleasant if you're already unpleasant and are going to receive a lot of mines in the future, so you can already queue those. And after that, we'll have to see. 6th new planet this turn, over here in this system. Research. But you're going to be an Atmo plant. And after that, a space yard, please. I don't think I built space yards on planets like these. This one can't fit one. Put it on this one. Otherwise, I built them on pretty much everyone. Let's build one here too. Before the value improvement plant. Okay. It's not going to be that close. It's going to be a couple systems behind the front lines, but I'd rather have the capacity than not at this point. There's what, 6 extra space yards or 7, or maybe more in the future to colonize all these. Say 10 extra space yards in the system. There could be 10 research centers or 10 mines or whatever. But having that distributed construction capacity is not bad at all. Okay, that was it for our 6 new planets this turn. That number is rising. 68 now. We're still building plenty of colonizers. I'm still seeing plenty of uncolonized planets in our space here. Alright. So the Cantarans are afoot in this system down here. I'll mark that because there's leftovers from the zone. Funny thing about the zone, we actually have a second game going in parallel. It started a little bit after this, and the zone, or at least the player behind the zone, attacked me immediately. He just showed up in my home system with 4 frigates and turned 20 or whatever, and killed the 2 frigates I had guarding my warp point. He is clearly very butthurt. Little prissy asshole. Yeah, if you're listening to this, you're a little prissy asshole. Okay, you're just going to go there and stand next to the warp point because I don't know if he has anything defending it, and I want to keep an eye on it. And I guess the element of surprise for this little invasion fleet is gone. So I'll just stand there. This is very much fine supplies-wise. Okay, this Hawk here, which is not going to be able to take down that biggest battleship. What a Gomez 3. And I had this boarding ship coming, which is surely not going to be able to overcome that much population in the ship either, that much crew. Thomas 2 has 2 troops, which are able to overcome 400 crew members. A battleship has, what, 500? Yes, 560 because he has a couple upgrades. There are 3 vehicle systems. Okay. Alternative that we have is just building a bigger ship. He did not have any oh yeah, he didn't have any missiles on there, so I could skip out on the point defense, but its guns would just tear the ship apart if it tries to get close enough and pew down the shield. So if we want to capture Gomez, I think we're gonna have to specifically make a bigger counter. Where's this Empire now? There. You just don't have all that many designs from him. 750 shields. Oh yeah. 725 armor. This one only has 1100. Upgrade from level 1 to level 3 emissive. That's a lot of armor, a lot of HP. Not exactly sure why he's using a missive. It's great against fighters. But we aren't really using fighters. Okay. So there's 5 of these guns. We would need probably 1 warship to strip down its shields and another one to come in later and then later in the turn and then right on its hull, right on its crew. Actually board it with enough HP to actually come and tank this, tank a couple shots from these, which is not going to be easy. Is there any technology we want on these? Well, on the Gomez 3, there's none of the new armor. Gomez 4 would have new armor. The other vehicle systems, well, that's tertiary at best. I think he still has a level of sensors that we could get, supply storage. So nothing really important. If anything, our ally could get the Phase Disruptors level 5, so he's gonna have at least level 6 interdam weapons. He's also switches to heavy mounts. Give him a little bit more punch. My ally is also aiming for max level heavy mounts right now. Well, to fit out his battleships, I'm also going to be designing a battleship at some point in a not too distant future. Research anything new? I research jacked photons and large bases. Get anything transferred from my ally today because he doesn't have nearly as much research points. Okay. It's going to be overkill. Oh. I should know. Okay, let's figure this out. So we are going to need another 5.5k points to finish Jacked Photons 1. And then Jacked Photons 2 is going to be Jacked Photons 2, and then Jacked Photons 3 is going to be 18k, so we're definitely not going to get that this turn, yes. Okay. I should check my little chart real quick. Is there anything we can do with Jacked Photons 3? We could make faster frigates and destroyers. And the drones would get an extra point of speed. Fighters as well. Oh no, I was looking at Jacked Photon 3, not Jacked Photon 1. Jacked Photon 1s would also make our frigates and destroyers 1 point faster, as well as light cruisers, dreadnoughts, which we don't have, light and heavy carriers, small freighters. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and show yeah, now we can see what we're talking about. These are the level 1 Jacked Photons. They would make frigates and destroyers faster, light cruisers if we had them. Here, the small drones would get an extra point. Much the same if we had Jacked Photons 3. Okay, if we do actually want anything to go faster, we have that option now. And I'm gonna move that one away real quick again. Okay. So, research is set. Our new colonies have been given orders. Anything else that we need to do? Build any drones to launch. Drones we certainly built, but I was meaning satellites. We did not build any satellites. We got a fancy new storm there, which disables shields. Okay, whatever. Hope nobody of the others thinks that I'm already researching stellar manipulation and that storm was not natural. Maybe people can't read the form naturally part in this, which would make them even more scared of me, which would be fine, I guess, since they're all already allied against me. Anyway. Alright. You're a little scout sickle. the system should be pretty clear. So I don't think I need to put anything on this wall point down here. Yeah, can you come down to the system, please? I also need to scout the system at some point in the not too distant future. I don't care about your Windows updates, go away. Ice 10, where was I sending you? I think I was making you for down here. Do you need to load pop? Yes, you can load pop. And then there's a second ice 10 for pillar gear. Okay, this place has 3 very big breathers that I can immediately breathe, one that my ally can breathe. Huge, large, huge, huge. And then a huge oxygen planet that we cannot breathe. But we should definitely get those out soon. Of course, you're still in slow build forever. But what about you? You're building the ones for the 2 much less interesting planets in here. I put the colony ship for this world up there. What's that? Ice. Don't build that ice. How far away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 to colonize. An ice 8 there, please. For that last up here. Wait. Before I queued this one, you had 3 planets left to colonize here. Oh, and only 2 ships queued. That's because one of them just finished. Okay. You can load pop and go there, I guess. We're going to be loading green pop, which means that we're going to be converting this moon to green pop, to green atmosphere. Which is fine. I'm just not sure if it will receive migration as readily. I mean, it really wants it to breathe, and nothing receives migration when it's a non-breather. Right? I think so. Oop, misclicked. Here, you go and colonize this one. We'll go load that methane breather pop. There are more drones. Here 4 more drone groups can join the fleet. You are... Oh, there's some Piuses among these, so let's have these escort the troop ships. Pius group, Pius group, Pius group. Nice. And then 1 individual Pius, I guess, can go and defend the Minesweeper. These are just the combat attack drones. I'm not entirely sure what to do with that fleet. Maybe we should have it collect itself down there. I might need to go up here. There's more planets here we need to colonize as well. There's asteroid fields. Yeah, nice and juicy values. I need that yard capacity in this place right now. Well, you have finished building ships, so maybe now is the time. Oh, that's the cloaked drone that we had. Okay. I'll put a waypoint there so that we can remember to make that cloaked drone group with this cloaked drone. Need to land a lot of drones here and then launch them all as one group. Put waypoint 2 on there now. And we still need to build things for asteroid belts. We need to build more colonizers. I need that yard capacity in this place right now. And these two planets would still very much like to actually finish building their research centers, but I think they're going to be held back yet again. The radioactive facilities on here we don't really need either. I guess you can upgrade that one miner. But after that I would like to see... What is this? This is totally colonized. A rock, an ice, and a gas. The rock needs to be green. The ice is going to come from you. It's not going to be a volume because you don't have the population to spare. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So a 9 will do. Because I don't have, only as volume. Subshare is 9. Need to make an establish a gas 9 last turn as well. And then you go after that. Okay, no, wrong system. This one, please. Maybe you should make the green. You're already going to be busy. Yeah, whatever. Let's just make a green one. It's going to receive migration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So you're going to receive a rock 7 without volume. And the last one, gas, is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 to colonize. So you're going to receive a gas 6 with volume, which you happen to have. Sometimes it doesn't recognize a double click because you're moving your mouse or it's too slow or something. Okay. And that is dealt with as well. We still need to build the yard ship. Let's queue that in here somewhere as well. Ship, space yards, of course, make one of the big ones. After the colonizer, please. Eventually, at some point in the distant future, you will be able to build your research centers. I should have built it here, whatever. Since that planet is huge and has a ton of research centers to build, you have fewer. Okay. I guess that is his factory ship. I think so, yes. What else do we have? We have some drones here. You all go to waypoint 1, please. Could also send them to waypoint 2. Get that cloaked drone group out sooner, but I can just split them when they're down here. I don't think I'm going to move waypoint 1 very far away at all in the future. Okay, what's this? Muffalo, it's a space yard ship here in the system. 100%, I can't see the other asteroid belts. There's one, there's the next one. Okay, so you go to that one. the nicest mineral value. And next turn you're going to start construction of something. You're still building some upgrades. So you're going to be busy for the next couple turns. What if you are drones? You are in this fleet. Just joined it, so clear its orders, give it the sentry orders, and now the drones that are in that fleet will not complain anymore. Temperature gas 9. I think I made this one for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yes. Go there, colonize. The ice one is already done, and they were already done with the rest of their constructions. Which is why I gave them new ones, okay. Space. Anything else needs orders? Yes. More drones that we launched. You, put away point 1. Almost 2 over here. That's the one we just repaired after it snagged the Sanic. Just now going this way. I should also give this to my ally real quick. He can then have it meet up with his factory ship. Right, what are you drones? You are for a different purpose though. Let's go and make this waypoint 3. Collect all our little dronies at waypoint 3. Finished construction of drones. Nice. You are going to waypoint 3. You are busy building little things. Nice. And you could build colonizers for a lot of these. Just the methane ones that can receive migration. Unfortunately, there's no other green or red ones in here. I guess I've already colonized the green and red ones so we can breathe. You also finish your construction. Launch your drones. You also launch your drones. You also finish your construction. You are building defenses right now, which is fine. Okay. More colonizers we build. You can go establish a rock colony over there. Don't load any puppets green. That's it for the colonizers from here. Leave all the colonizers for this system. I have coming up from down there as well. We'll wait a couple turns, and if there's anything not colonized here yet, I'll re-queue a new wave of colonizers. And then there's this boarding ship here that doesn't know what to do. Alright, let's go check the movement log. Anything else coming up through this warp point? Does he dare engage? It does not look like he dares. Or either, if he dares, he is cloaked and this ship can see it. For now, you can just go guard that warp point, I guess. Just in case anything does come through. You are the actual scout, which is supposed to relieve this ship. We're also going to need to probe this warp point, see if there's any defenses there. Already talked about research. Research are going to be busy. You're busy anyway. These are just building defenses, and I need that space dock out soon rather than later. Back to queue more. I also want that resupply depot out sooner rather than later. The rest is not that important right now. What are you building? Mines, so you can build other things. Since we don't really need the mineral income addition right now. So some sort of combat ship, scout ship, or just colonizers for the system. I usually tend to err on the side of greed, especially if I don't see a particular threat, but you can be assured that there is hostile things in this space that are having it out for me, like that battleship that's flying around down there. So, yeah, I need some way to scout. Just build more luminators, please. Can suicide them into the warp points. See what I see. There's a battleship down here. Probably is more as well. I need to have some sort of force that can clear and defend the system while I try to colonize it. I already sent a colonizer towards this world, which may or may not be a good idea. Oh look, Cantarans have a planet here as well. Being seen by this frigate, which is now being resupplied or repaired. Oh, remote mining, no doubt. What does he have on here? 81 million pop makes me think it's already been in existence for quite a while. Carbon dioxide, medium, and he just has 6 facilities on there? 5? Right. It's not even built tons of defenses. Who knows, maybe it's just received a bunch of migration since he doesn't have all that many planets. And it's not actually that old a colony. Anyway, this would make a glorious target for my little invasion fleet here. Since I have scouts coming anyway. And head there. Go there, and then we can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have a sensor in this group, which I'm not sure you do, you would be able to see that. I can't count on the Eee Scout being there for a long time. Talking about it, we should check the Eee Scout and see if we can capture it. Skiva 3 design. No, it's armed. But it's... oh no, it has shields, okay. We got a level of quantum engines, maybe a level of armor. I don't think we have level 6, maybe the level of sensors. Oh, and a level of vehicle systems, no doubt. So yeah, there would be some interest in capturing that. Right, let's go. Take our ship. There's a Filmus. Take the Filmus 1 since it has more HP. Has these armor plates instead of the point defense. And pit that against the Skiva 3. Might have problems even just getting it to getting close enough. Since these quantums are going to make it pretty quick. Anti-shield gun has that much range? No, it's the bomblets don't have that much range. Maybe fire the beam later. Oh yeah. Afraid to say this thing's APB is better than your anti-shield gun. It's at 50 damage every 2 seconds, divided by 2, 25, divided by 20 is just above 1.25. Is this thing's APB. Divided by 60 is just under 1, so technically the DPS of the anti-shield gun is higher. But if he has a combat sensor in here, he's gonna hit pretty much every shot on my ship. We have ECM. I do actually. It's just lower level. I don't have a combat sensor on here. This thing's not going to hit very much. But what, 3 hits here? Okay. So that design does not work to capture this thing. Could of course try and destroy it. It's not like it's that important that we capture it, but while we have the opportunity in sparsely defended regions like this, we should try and take it. You would certainly have success against this, right? Hawk 3 against Skeever 3. See if its point defense can just keep absorbing this indefinitely. Is what a cannon and a beam. If nothing else, it looks like my ship's going to be able to keep out of his range. Even though he has 11 speed and I have 10. Since he's not trying to head exactly for me, but at some point next to me. That's why they're also flying the circle. Alright. So we need a couple of drones to overrun the point defense of that thing. I do happen to have a fleet that can deliver that, heading him. So could we make anything that can capture that ship? As of the firmest design. You will only need one boarding party, but it's 20 kilotons more. I'm not sure 20 kilotons more are going to save you. The ship didn't have any guns, so we could didn't have any missiles, so we could do without the bomblet. Save another 20 kilotons. Use that kilotonnage to put in 2 of these. You know what wouldn't be bad? A shield regenerator. That's 15 points per second. How much DPS did that thing put out in absolute numbers? One unmounted APB. If it hits every time, it does some, 27 damage per second. I could put 2 regenerators in there, it should be fine. Where are they? That would be it. Could still replace the heavy armor with another point of fence. Would upgrade this design again. I will just remove these. Put in the regenerators. Really would want the shield generator further in, maybe on the inside slots, so it doesn't get destroyed before the shield regenerators get destroyed. Put them a little further out then. And then we have a Firmus 3. I mean, not really direct upgrades in a series, but more different variations of a boarding ship design meant to counter specific kinds of enemies. Alright. Skeever 3. Firmus 3. Can you absorb that damage? Oh yes, that looks good. Well, if you hit occasionally though. So he is getting points down a little bit, but of course this lasts a lot longer than just having the HP pool that doesn't regenerate. And he's letting me get quite close, which is good for the boarding. And good for my accuracy. Okay, there it is. That was... Now the next problem is... This ship is surely going to be... right now it's here, so it's surely going to be already most of the way here by the time I can go and refit one of my boarding ships. There it is. It's actually not that far away. Okay. Refit. Oops, 3. Wonder if he is going to be surprised that I have a ship that is just right to counter his. Honestly, a design that regenerates is not going to be all that strange, but it's going to be strange that it doesn't have any point defense on it. Wait, I did leave the point defense on it, didn't I? Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be... If I already removed the armor on here, I guess I wouldn't be outraged to see this as a natural evolution. Because I removed the ordnance storage again. Yeah. Okay. But I am going to make use of the intelligence we gain from a traitor here, and if they are really perceptive, they could pick up on this. Things like me intercepting the was it the colony ship they had coming through here? I gave an attack seek order, which I would not have been able to do if I did not have vision on that ship. They were perceptive on how the ships approached each other. They could have seen that there was an attack seek order, and that they must have had vision somehow, which they could just chalk up to cloaked scouts that I have around. I am sending an invasion fleet towards this undefended planet. I'm going to be stopping like here, and if he checks, I don't have the sensors to see that this is something I can invade. And I'm going to send it there anyway, because I already know what is there. Which they could also just chalk down to me having seen this before with a scouty drone or something that they didn't catch. Just flying around the system. But if I give an attack seek order on this, it might be different. Then again, he's probably going to head in a straight line towards this way. So it wouldn't be outrageous for some scouts that are heading the exact other way to meet each other head on. Alright. You go there, refit. We have the money to refit. Not running on 0 minerals or anything. So that's going to go through just fine. And then you're going to need to spend the rest of your turn there so that it gets repaired, and then you can go chase this thing. We're also going to keep vision on this since we still have traitor vision from the E. It looks like... oh, do we have Gurak vision again? No, we don't. It looks like Gurak just broke their vision agreement with the others, did not re-add it to the New Federation treaty they made. But the E never bothered. And the Kantara were apparently sharing their sensors with the Gurak, so we're now not getting them anymore. So right now we're just getting Slurpianor and E Vision. Which is honestly just such a great boon. That and the just having a complete library of all enemy ship designs is also pretty great. Alright. That's it for the front down here. Let's go there. I'll make a little swing by that jump point. That means you're going to stop one hex before that. It's fine. See if they have anything on here. I'm not exactly sure which hex it is on, but it was close. The hawk can stay there. The ship is not going to die to the hawk, so it's fine. I don't need to put it out of the way so that I can capture it later. And that'll still serve as a tripwire for any Kentaran battleships that wander in. Scouty ship is going to go through here. Keep an eye on that jump point here somewhere. Scouty drone. You are all busy, okay. Yeah, you're still going to be slow build, but I want to have colonizers out for this system, that other system. For now, just make a rock. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, we don't have a rock 4, just a rock volume 4. Now on sale. Need to build all these minerals we can save. So I should rock 54. That would be faster than the game allows. If you have any ships that go faster than speed 30, game will crash. And then you queue that up there. Even on slow build, it only takes 3 turns. That's quite nice. And the other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And ice 9, please. We just made such a design. More engines on there, so it takes longer to build. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a gas 7. Because we don't have that one. Copy you. Might be that we could figure out some sort of cheaper combination of engines that is also able to reach 7 speed by mixing some of the other engines, but that is more optimization than I'm willing to do right now. I mean, at that point, you're probably just trading 5 minerals for 15 radioactives or something. And the last one, the last of the breathers here anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you can fly through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to colonize. Ice 7, please. Okay, and the non-breather can go fuck itself for now. Then you have some things to do for the near future. Okay. Hitting space, nothing else needs orders anymore. Okay, let's go check our planets or shipyards. 1 planet there. Difta 3, 2, 3. It's now finished building its Atmomod plant and 1 cute research center, so it's out of job. You can build your police troop complement. Of that, 2 drones, I guess. And then its cargo space is going to be full. Only have 33 mil. Alright, and then we can actually give these guys some orders now. By designing a starbase. Let's go make a middle deck that just has all the overhead. enough. Okay, let's go make these first. That was not enough. It's still not enough. It's still not enough. We filled an entire deck and it's not enough. More. Alright. And the upper deck can receive actual things. Actually, first of all, we should save this as a minimum viable starbase. So that strategy is don't get hurt, you're under construction still. And then we can refit this a couple times to refit in all the components. That way we will not take 17 turns to build a starbase. Right, sometimes. Already gave this a name. Design type. Should I give this a base type design? Retro series? Retro series, not a thing anymore. Like ship retro series used to be a thing. I guess it was removed. Some talk about this. Ah, there it is. Retro series, just not dedicated to ship. Okay. Okay, and then we can take this design and actually create our target design. All the remote miners in the world. There you go. Board 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 remote miners that collect 275 minerals every turn. That's then multiplied by 282% or whatever these asteroids have. And it says that they also use 90 supply each turn. Times 18 would require quite a few of like solar collectors or supplies sent over from a supply base. But in actuality, you just need to have enough supplies on the ship to supply one of them and all of them will work. It will try to consume supplies for all 18 miners, I believe, but they will all work as long as there's just one miner's worth of supply. So that's enough supplies to make this work. As long as you have a supply base in sector that is sending supplies here. I like to put on a solar collector as well, but then it's too big. And if you don't put any supply storage, then there's no supplies aboard and the thing will not work. So this is the design we're going with. So what do we call this? An orbital mining camp. Or a drilling station. A drilling operation. Design type is not Retro series anymore, but remote mining. Alright. Now we have that Retro series starbase that costs 1025 minerals and a bit of other stuff. And this one, and we need to figure out the steps in between to refit it every turn. So you can only refit things that are 50% more expensive in itself, and I believe that's just by adding all the numbers together. If I really wanted to be sure, I would try this first in a test game. Just make a single player game. I give myself the same technology and then try it out there, because I can hit and turn a couple times. But I'm willing to waste a couple turns if it doesn't work out right. Okay, so the first refit our Hulk, once we have finished it, can be something that costs 2,683 resources in total. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and change this drilling operation again. And we're going to remove components until that value has been hit. That still appears to be above that value. Let's calculate this. 175 plus 644 plus 243 is still above 2,600. You do not cost enough. Then you can only refit in 3 of these at first. They're that expensive. They are 240 resources. If I go to this, 240 once, twice, thrice, that will still fit in the limit of 2,683. And 4 will not. So yes, it's 3. And this one can just come along. My operation stage 1. And now we repeat the process. We have the current mining operation, which is 1665 plus 644 plus 213 times 1 to 5 is a maximum cost to refit 2 of 3783. If we go back to these and add mineral miners that are 240 cost each, yes, 3, 4, 5. We can fit in 5. Yes, we can fit in 5. 5 more miners is going to be our stage 2 design. Or was a drilling operation? Drilling operation is 2. Call this one a mining operation. This needs to be fixed. It's 1, it's 2. And now we repeat the process. Let's sum up. This one costs 2715 plus 644 plus 363 for a total of this much. Plus 50% is a max value of that. Plus 240 per miner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, and 1 more would be too much. Then 7 more miners it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And afterwards it can surely finish. There's 3. And then it's just, what, 2 more? 3 more? That's going to be in range. So, alright, we built the Hulk, refit to this, refit to that, refit to that, refit to that. The plan is easy enough. Let's see if it works out just as we've planned. Close you. Service Hulk does not take very long to build at all, whereas the completed station would take 8 turns to build. I mean, if you're gonna spend 4 turns refitting, and that's a total of what, 6 turns? I guess the actual time saving is low, whereas the added micro is high. Maybe it's not as necessary anymore if you have a high level space yard like level 7, but if you only have like a level 1 space yard that consists of 200 minerals or 250, then this kind of space yard would take twice as long to build. 16 or 17 turns. And then being able to refit it to finished in 4 extra turns is going to be a major time save. Anyway, I'm still willing to experiment with this. You were still on the way, so you're not going to start building anything. You're not going to get any move orders, and once we had space, you are being skipped. Right. I believe we are quite done. Our ally said he's fine on resources as well, since we just gave him the technology to upgrade his mine, so he's only at minus 2,000, minus 3,000 minerals. I'm still going to need to send him a lot of rats since he's minus 14k rats in the hole, but I have just that much. And I'll send him that screenshot real quick. And I'm going to send him this screenshot as well, since it shows what your net surplus is and how much you're building with and what you're building. Well, I guess this list is a little bit longer. There you go. In case you didn't know, this tool here is you can get it by hitting Shift, Windows, and S for the snipping tool, and then it just puts whatever you snip out. You just need to drag a box on your screen into your clipboard, so you can just hit Control V to paste it somewhere, like a popular chat service. Okay, that should be it for this turn. Just need to give him the money. Here's a gift from our empire to use. Once these gifts start getting bigger than 25k, we're going to need to actually build some storage facilities. And I'm a little in the hole on organics now. I'm gonna ask him to send me some of those. So you want minerals and reds. Okay, send me some of that organics surplus. I'm also sending you, gifting you the sign I captured last turn. Alright. Just doing theory safe. And that's it.